if you're an outsider or you're new to the channel, hit the timestamp in the description or the pinned comment to get right into it. Otherwise, what's going on? Boys, thanks to our patrons and Fiverr customers, subscribe to our Patreon free for behind-the-scenes stuff. Arm yourselves, life stuff. Now, we're talking about outside stuff in this video. That's nominally the point, but the main point here, for us, we've been talking about leadership a lot, raising your power level, and how that's something SOA members need to be doing in any form. But if you'd like to practice that with weightlifting, but you've never lifted weights, or you exercised a while but never really got into it, I made a guide and a resource linked in the description and the pinned comment that should help you get your feet under you and start helping you get strong in a way you'll stay consistent with because you like it. Because it's comfortable, because it's not time consuming, it's not space consuming, it's not making you miserable. It's a lower intensity method of lifting, an organic method of lifting that plants roots for trees that in 100 years are going to be big and strong. And did you do it by torturing yourself or by optimizing your method perfectly with science? No, you watered your garden daily and you enjoyed yourself. You didn't hurt yourself. You didn't make yourself miserable. That's what this guide is for. And for us, because I've been lifting for, Jesus, I think 8 years now, on and off. Maybe 9, technically, if you include the dumb bullshit trying to figure out how even to get started in this shit I went through when I was younger. If you want to include that, then it's 9. And that's what this guide is for, by the way, so you don't have to figure out all that bullshit. But the method I've outlined in the guide will take you from beginner up to, I'd say, the edge of intermediate, or maybe right at intermediate. The point at which, once you go beyond, lifting gets weird. And I'd like to go back into that deep end, that freaky deep end at some point, because I only just barely stepped into it when I hurt myself. And that's kind of why I don't want to go back, is my mindset is fucking stupid. I'm insecure, I'm proud, and in lifting situations, those are really things you don't want to have because you end up hurting yourself, and that's exactly what I did. But getting up to intermediate, right at intermediate, especially if you do it healthily, build good habits, and it's something you want to do in the long term, in my opinion, that's so much better because you're going to be much larger than other people are, which is important for leadership. You'll also be strong enough, you'll look good enough, and because you'll get up right up there to that point, and you'll stay at that point because you like it, and it's safe, and it's happy, and it's fun, and it's consistent, you can always step into more than enough if you want to. That option will always be available to you. And because we mentioned this almost a month ago now, this image is the one we took on March 27th. I hadn't really lifted seriously in probably a year, certainly not consistently. That's fat, little bit of a foundation. You can see a little bit of a foundation, but not muscle, not definition. And this image is April 19th, less than a month, practicing the method outlined in the guide on the Patreon for free for everybody, including non-members. Now that's flattering lighting, that's great lighting. Let's look at not unflattering lighting, but still good lighting, but less good. That's this one, April 19th, still good lighting, but not great lighting. This one doesn't look too different from the original one. Actually, we can put them on screen at the same time to compare. They don't look super different, but there is a noticeable difference. Lighting is magical, but you can't ignore the gathering meat. The forearms are trying to move into unclipped English dick territory. And of course, I'm showing only arms because my two priority movements are overhead press and bicep curl, and then some back and traps thrown in just to make moving heavy shit in a practical way a little easier. But my point is, if you're a total beginner, you can make gains without needing hyper discipline, without needing to torture yourself, without needing to be confused. Working completely within your comfort zone outside maybe cardio, you can get big in a way you'll be happy with, that you'll stick with, and it'll be worth it. Again, not just for the health benefits, not just for the strength, but also for the leadership aura that comes with strength. You can do this. You don't have to be miserable. This doesn't have to be torturous. This can be happy. Men and women. Women look good with a bit of strength on them. And another reason I like weightlifting is you can know your stuff, as in with typology, I'm confident in my typological abilities, but it's hard to prove it visually in an undeniable way. With typology, people are always going to argue with you because it's abstract, it's an idea. But with weightlifting, you have receipts, and the receipt is your body. If you know what you're talking about, your body will speak for you. And that alone is probably why mass and leadership quality have some overlap. Anyway, if you want to get into lifting for all the benefits, or you already lift and you're curious to see a different point of view, check the Patreon link in the description. Totally free. I want us to have every edge we can, and this is a potent edge you can develop easier than you think you can, happier than you think you can. Now we get into the specific little lifting strat I think I've stumbled into. Now, Bugenhagen, King Clydesdale, recommends lifting every single day, and I like that quite a lot. Lifting every day has helped me rebuild my strength quickly after a year or so long break. My delts still don't look great, but I've never focused them, and now that I am focusing them every single day, I'm seeing returns both in strength and in appearances. So for me, personal experience, there is no issue with lifting every day. It's an ideal way to go about lifting. However, I think I found a way, at least for me, maybe this is placebo, maybe I'm losing my mind, but to take the lifting every day strategy to the next level. Particularly if you are trying to make big gains on one specific thing. So Mike Mentzer is big on rest. Now, people shit on him for that, and that's annoying because he's right. He has receipts, and it seems like people, this fucking objectivity thing, it seems like people think there is one objective, perfect strategy that will work for everybody. Not like, one, biologically everybody's an individual, and two, there are tons of effective ways to skin cats. Anyway, getting off track, Mentzer talks a lot about how important rest, quality, long rest, is in building strength, particularly after, the high-intensity workouts. And as much as I love Mentzer, I've never used his method. I like listening to him, and I think he's right about a lot of things. But personally, I don't want to use his method because I like lifting, unfortunately. However, my body's been trying to die on me, and the last time this happened, I slept. I passed out and I slept for, I think, 13 or 14 hours. A lot of sleep. And when I woke up, I didn't do shit, I didn't lift shit, I sat around despondent, and then I slept some more. And when I woke up that next day, and I went in to lift, it was like I had been injected with super soldier serum. I was repping my PRs. And they aren't big. That one was 37 and a half. I'm using the power blocks. But where I was struggling to get 3, I was getting closer to 10, and I had to, switch up the overhead press, do the, like you're doing a barbell press, and then do the, neutral grip press toward the end. But in terms of reps, I doubled what I'd been doing before, or more than doubled what I'd been doing before, and nothing happened other than I slept a lot. And I don't know what's happening scientifically, and I'm not a competitive weightlifter or something. I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not a power lifter. I just like, lifting weights. So I don't know what's happening, but the way I'm imagining it is when you're lifting daily, you're receiving, this is like a video game, you're receiving immediately small amounts of XP every day, but you are stashing away large amounts of XP in the background. And then when you get one of these big, long sleep days, it's like you're playing Dark Souls, you're resting at a bonfire, and you have all these points, and you can put them all into your skills all at once, and all that XP gets applied, and you walk into the gym the next day a lot stronger. And nothing changed other than allowing your body the time to apply the XP it's been building up. We'll keep experimenting with this, but I've done it twice now, and it's had the same effect both times. Which means it'll work a few more times and then it'll stop working, but we're gonna find out. I was just so happy to find something effective between the intersection of Clydesdale training and Sleepy Accountant training. And if you do mess around with weights, whether you're part of the channel or not, and you've encountered anything similar, or you've read something about it or heard someone talk about it, let me know. It's neat stumbling into things. So really quick summary, lift every day, and then once every 7 to 14 days, take 1 day to rest a lot. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't.